In this presentation, we're going to talk about why the best images win on Pinterest, what makes a great pin, what makes a bad pin. So why images matter on Pinterest. Like Instagram, Pinterest is an image-based platform, and the most visually stimulating content wins. People scroll through their feeds at lightning speed, and your content won't get clicked if it doesn't stand out. This is the #1 way to speed up your growth on Pinterest. I can't stress this enough. Most of the time people stress about followers on Pinterest. I did too. No matter what, I feel comfortable with my status on Pinterest because I know that if I keep producing the best content and the best images, my stuff will continue to get featured no matter what the algorithm changes. When algorithms do change, they affect everybody. But no matter what, if you have the best images and the best content on Pinterest, you're going to win the game and your stuff is going to get featured whether you have a ton of followers or not. So what makes a great pin? If you look at these two pins on the side, they have a few common features. They are long and considered vertical pins. They are images with text overlay, so you can glance at them and know exactly what they're about. You know that fix leaky gut is in huge letters because that is the #1 thing that I wanted them to take away from that pin. The same with bone broth recipes, and weight loss and vibrant skin is obviously in a different color to make that stand out as well. Clear, very readable text. You can read it over the background because it's black and it stands out. It's a very large and engaging photo, and I use contrasting colors. These are both of my pins that I designed myself, and those are some of the features that I try to always go for in the pin. And I just kind of experiment with different photos and different colors. What makes a bad pin? You know, and I feel bad saying bad pin, but in comparison, you can see why these pins just don't quite stand out very much, and they also have some common features. They're much shorter than my pins, and this one down in the bottom right is actually horizontal, not vertical. You also notice two of them don't have any text over them. I think the honey one might have been for some face mask or something. But the point is, I have to read the description to know what this is about because it just says honey on it. And this one I assume is a smoothie recipe, but I'm not quite sure. And this one does have text on it, this top right. It shows me that it's obviously a scone recipe. It says mini blueberry oatmeal scones, vegan with maple glaze, but you can barely see that. No text and unreadable text is not a good idea. Any kind of smaller, non-engaging photos and not using colors that stand out. Just for comparison purposes, look at the difference between these pins. Again, it's not that the pins on the right are bad. That's probably not the best word for it, but they kind of become bad when they are thrown up against better pins because there are a lot of other great pins on Pinterest as well. But I'm going to kind of show you how you can start to pick this stuff up. The best thing that I can recommend is honestly to just go to your feed and just browse around. Scroll through it and figure out what stands out to you and what doesn't. For instance, this 30-second workouts that work, that text stands out over anything else in my feed right now, as well as this woman that is very, very clearly displayed. This is actually a pin right here. I didn't even see it at first. This lobster and corn salad. Again, this photo is absolutely tiny and users are just gonna fly right through that on Pinterest. This shrimp one is pretty good. I would have used a different color font for the text right here because it's the same color as the shrimp itself and it doesn't stand out. I think blue would have stood out a lot more, but at least it's a big photo of the shrimp, so it really stands out. This bra pin is actually a promoted pin that this company called Third Love is promoting. And this is unfortunate because yes, there's a bra right on it, but you can't read any of that text without clicking on it. And I just don't feel that compelled to click on it, so I'm not gonna do it. Here's another example of a photo with no text on it. It's food, so it's probably a recipe, I assume. Is it healthy? Does it do anything good for me? Why do I need to have this piece of bread with butter on it in my life? This photo is a really blown up photo of this blood orange drink. That's a great example right there. So again, just scroll through your feed and just see what stands out and see what doesn't. This beautiful fruit bowl, why does that stand out? Is it their words? Is it the image? Is it the length of the pin? And then take a closer look around the pins around it and see why those pins didn't catch your eye before that one did. And that will kind of help you sort of figure out what's kind of working on Pinterest and what's not.